What you are not changing, you're choosing. Okay. So we've all heard this saying, and truthfully, this doesn't really apply to everyone. And I'm going to tell you why. But before we get into that, my name is Kaylin Rakowski, and I am a trauma and somatic practitioner, a partner at Pure Mind Clinical, and a psychedelic specialist and integration guide. And why I feel like this is such an important topic to dive into is because we hear this all the time, right? What you aren't changing, you're choosing. And yes, on some level of consciousness, I do agree with this because our life is a compound of decisions and choices that we make every single day, okay? However, where I feel slightly nuanced about this is if you are someone who is in a state of survival, your nervous system, your body is in a state of hypervigilance, right? You have complex trauma, PTSD, insert blank, then what you actually have access to or potential to choose is limited, okay? Because when you're in one of these states, all that your body really cares about, all that your psyche really cares about is survival. And when we're in survival, we are just reaching for the bare minimum, just trying to get by, just trying to get enough, just trying to make it to blank, right? And I'm sure all of you can relate to this because we've all had these seasons in our lives. But the problem is when you tell somebody who's in a state of hypervigilance or survival that, they can just mindset their way out of this or they just need to choose differently, this can also be debilitating to them because their body is essentially frozen, right? It doesn't have access. It doesn't have reference points. It doesn't have possibility of anything other than what it's currently in. It's stuck in this looping pattern of survival, of hypervigilance, of just trying to get through the day, okay? And, maybe you've tried mindset work. Maybe you've tried meditation. Maybe you've self-help book your life to death. Maybe you've done talk therapy, insert blank, and nothing seems to touch it, right? That's because really what you're doing is working from the top down when what we really need to do is work from the bottom up. When we start addressing the nervous system, the soma, the body, right? And giving that an opportunity to regulate and heal in a way that you probably have never experienced before. This is the work that I do with my clients. I curate one-on-one, high-touch, high-level containers that offer deep level of healing and support, where we use psychedelics as an ally mixed with intentional integration coaching to help not only your body and your nervous system heal and begin to regulate, but to provide you with the tools and the resources to really create lasting transformation, where we get rapid relief and change, transformation and healing without dependency. And the reason why psychedelics can be such a strong ally in creating new opportunities in your life is because it takes you out of the seat of survival and it opens up the lens of possibility, of choice, okay? And for you who's stuck in survival, who's stuck in hypervigilance, in your trauma, in your looping patterns, you're so stuck in this cycle that you don't have access to grasp or to hold on to any of these other things. And what psychedelics does is it gently begins to open up these new doors, these new neural pathways of thinking, relating, behaving, and moving through the world so that you can begin to move from a place of awareness to choice to power, okay? So yes, what we're not changing, we're choosing. But if you are someone who feels like you don't have reference, you don't have access, you don't have possibility to choose anything different, I'm inviting you to explore psychedelics as that pathway. Drop in the comments and I'll send you more info.